Hi, this is Jeremy Burgess from Urban Detroit Wholesalers, the Detroit market expert. Welcome to another episode of Detroit Investor TV. And I got a great request and comment from a very nice gentleman in Canada who wanted to hear some what I thought basically about multifamily units in the city of Detroit. First of all, I want to say I really appreciate the feedback and the ideas, and I can't believe I haven't done an episode on this yet. So might as well dive into it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Multifamily means two or more units, and it could be divided into two categories: duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes, basically 2 to 4 units, and anything bigger, which we would normally call an apartment complex here in the States. Um, I I have not had success with 2 to 4 units, multifamilies, and the city of Detroit. And I don't think that's anything against multifamily in general. It's the areas where most of, I'd say the bulk, 95% of these multi units are located. As you guys are aware, I really focus on the neighborhoods that I invest in and where I point my investors at. Neighborhood is everything here, and in Detroit, really, it's probably one of the most critical pieces when you're looking at buying a property and investing in Detroit. Is neighborhood is everything, and for whatever reason, in the design and the planning of Detroit, most of the multifamily ended up not really being dispersed with single family homes or in homeowner like areas. And I only invest in areas where greater than 70% of the people living there are homeowners for obvious reasons. That they love their house, they want to take care of their house, they care about the neighborhood, they want to see good things happen. And in my experience in neighborhoods where that homeowner element is not there at that high level, I experience a lot more problems. First of all, nobody ever wants to rent the upstairs unit. Most of them aren't side by side. Second of all, your downstairs unit rents for more than your upstairs unit. You have twice the rehab. It might be a little bit more space, but you'll have twice the rehabs because you have 2 units or 3 units or 4 units, right? So your purchase price is going to be that much lower, and you got to buy multiple furnaces, multiple hot water tanks, redo multiple plumbing, multiple kitchens, bathrooms. And that really adds up when you're looking at your return on your investment. Even if everything worked out okay and these neighborhoods were good, which they're not, you've got a lot more rehab, which translates into a lot more money out of your pocket. And a lot of people say, "Well, I'll just rehab them really nice." And the problem with that is there's not ownership in those neighborhoods. There's no ownership, or very little ownership, I should say. So it really doesn't make sense to sink that kind of rehab money into area where the people are not used to that kind of a nice house. So your maintenance is going to be sky high. That was my experience. I had a great friend, my best friend actually, Jason. He bought a beautiful multifamily, not even a bad street, a good street, and that block just happened to be mostly multifamily. And I think to this day he's still getting his ass kicked on that, which just sucks. It's just, man, it's a beautiful house, and he really did everything right, rehab wise, everything wise, property management wise. And the kind of people these units attract in these kind of areas are generally speaking not the people that I feel comfortable renting to. And I just haven't had any success with this whatsoever, especially for the higher cost and the rehab costs. And people who've been following me for a while and watching my videos and reading my blogs know that while it's not easy by any stretch of the means to invest in the city of Detroit, I do try and get as few headaches as possible. And I do know a few people who have managed to make these multi-families work. But when I look at the headaches and everything they get, and they're not really getting a better return either when you consider everything else, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Maybe it makes sense to you. I don't know. Certainly, if you don't live here, I would put it on the no list, the big time no list. Or if you do live here in Detroit and you have a job or you work 40, 50, 60 hours a week or something like that, I would say you probably don't have the time for an investment like this, because it is going to be a high maintenance project. So anyway, those are my thoughts, my experiences on multifamily 2 to 4 units in the city of Detroit. I cannot personally speak about apartments. I have no experience with apartment complexes. I'm not even going to venture an opinion on that. I know some people have done very well with it and some people who haven't, but I just don't have enough knowledge to comment on the greater than 4 units. I'm not going to get on here and say something I don't know anything about. So anyway, once again, I really appreciate the feedback and the comments I'm getting. I love it. I love the ideas. Keep them coming. And leave us some comments. Maybe you've had good experience, or you are. I'm definitely interested in hearing, and whether it's good or bad, let us know. Let the community know. We're always looking for more knowledge and more information and more sharing among the investors who do invest in Detroit. Once again, this is Jeremy Burgess from Urban Detroit Wholesalers, the Detroit Market Expert, and thanks for your attention on this latest episode of Detroit Investor TV. Take care, guys.